I suffered a lot of discrimination, a lot of neglect.
Anyway, I took Bolu to when Bolu was much younger. They always reject him because he cannot control his neck. Spit will be coming out from his mouth.
Just the way I had the ones that discourage my parents, the ones that tell my mom and dad to use me for money ritual. My name is Adebolu Adejobi. I'm a boy living with cerebral palsy, and I'm very proud of my disability. At first, growing up with cerebral palsy, I didn't know what was happening to me. I just knew that everybody usually likes to distance themselves from me. Then one day, I asked my Mom, what's going on? How did this happen to me? And she was like, you were not born like that. That's why growing up, when you are 6 months, I was feeling feverish, and they took me to the hospital where I was given an injection that actually paralyzed me for at least 5 years. During that 5 years, it was very hectic for my parents because one, they don't have any information and any knowledge about what's wrong with me. Mean that I was walking and crying already, I would just sleep on the bed, just put on my body down. I can't sit up. I said they use clothes and pillow to shock me up, and many more like that. As time goes on, I started regaining myself due to therapy and constant encouragement, although the society didn't make it easy for my parents. They suffered a lot of discrimination, even though they were not the one things were happening to. Also, I have some neighbors, just the way I had the ones that discourage my parents, the ones that tell my mom and dad to use me for money ritual. I also have the one that will also come closer to me, to also empathize with my parents. Got to a stage I was already regaining myself, and I started schooling at the age of 4.
For Bolu, a lot of people call me different kind of name. At times they call me Jesus Baja, about Jesus Baja, all this. I don't even care about any name that they are calling me or upon me, because I used to take all of them from Apata to Bajulaye. When I'm doing my shoemaking work, I will carry them on hand. I will hold them walking. They say, you want to kill this boy? Carry him and let him take bike, let him take this thing. I said, don't worry. I know that it's part of exercise for him, because I don't have money to do any kind of therapy. I know that by the time he work for hours, he will be able to eat very well. There are some things that he cannot eat at all, but when I take him to workshop, he will be able to eat it very well, because he has already stretched himself, and he will be hungry. He will take enough water. He will take everything. What cannot even take out to. When he reach workshop, I now realize that by the time he did a lot of exercise, he will be able to take. When I'm going to Europe, when I'm reaching my teaching practice, I will take him from Oshodi. I will carry him on the back, put mash, chicken food back him, take him for a long distance to toll gate. I don't even care. Along with his brother and sister on one bike. I know that by the time he will be able to stabilize himself. And at the end of the day, I thank God for his own life today, that he can mingle with some children. Even when I'm taking him to public school, he say, Daddy, I can't go to public school, they will be bullying me. I say, from there, don't worry, they will build you, not build bullying. Don't call it bullying, it's building. They are building your body, they are building your man. Even when he gained admission to the boys' school, they say, they are boys. Don't worry, it's part of life. Go and face boy. You are a boy, you are a big man. So when you face them, at least at the end of the day, they become your friend. You know, man need to have insight. When you have insight, you'll be able to train your child the way you want it to grow. So at least the way I'm trying, all our boss babies, my wife, the way we are trying to build him, I think we want him to grow in that way. I thank God for today that where we channel him, he'll be able to pass that terrain.
I'm a mother of 4 children precisely. While 2 of them are having disability. Bolu is cerebral palsy, and I have another one with autism. But I'm happy today. because being a mother to them, the journey has not been smooth at all. Oh, the journey has not been smooth at all, but I thank God today. Because anyway, I took Bolu to when Bolu was much younger, they always reject him because he cannot control his neck. Spit will be coming out from his mouth. People will not be able to carry him from me. They will not be able to play with him. It's only me and the children and the senior ones with the daddy. Well, with some of my neighbors that are helping me to take care of him. Then, back then, I cannot walk at all because of Bolu. I cannot walk because there's nobody to leave Bolu with. I face a lot of challenge. Before we can get school for Bolu is very tough. They are rejecting him. They will tell me, yeah, he's not working. He cannot sit. He's not working. He cannot sit, that they cannot take him. But as time goes on, we see somebody that tell me that if I can be bringing Bolu to Surulere, and we are living at Shomolu, so every day I have to leave Shomolu to Surulere. I will wait in that school till 2 o'clock, till when they close, before I bring Bolu back home. I do that one like 1 year later. I started taking him there 3 times in a week. 3 times in a week later, the school closed they relocated to Ikorodu, and I cannot take Bolu there. So we started looking for school for Bolu at Shomolu, but I thank God that Bolu went to Toluvik Private Nursery and Primary School at F1 The woman, the proprietor, and the husband, they are very wonderful.
The thing that motivated me while growing up was one day I was coming back. When I was coming back from Idiroko one particular day, I saw a man at Oshodi. He was actually sitting on the floor using a chair like a plank under it. There was tire. He was using it to move. And guess what? He had a boom on his hand and he was sweeping. He was sweeping the street. I was like, if this man here without legs is doing this, what about me with hand and leg? What am I doing? And ever since that day, I felt that I have so many things to do. I have so many things to give out. So I started working hard, started reading, even though people will be like, "O can law school, o can pass nítorí." They are just passing you because you have to pass. They are just allowing you to go to school, just wasting money. And although it sounds insultive back then, but I just smile at them because I know what I'm achieving at the end of the day. And luckily for me, I didn't know what I was planting at the back of my room back then would actually come out to be like this. I'm actually a science student and I finished from Adebolu. It wasn't easy at all. I suffered a lot of discrimination, a lot of neglect, a lot of you can't do it, you can't do it. So I suffered a lot of this every day. I also suffered from the one that no, this child cannot be in the class with my child. His disability can be contagious. His disability can be this or that. But what is even happening to me is not even hereditary. It's just the will of God and the way He wants things to be.
When Bolu was in SS2 during the COVID time, they're preparing to enter SS3. He told me that, my mommy, how am I going to write my WAEC? Because they told me that I should fill my form under disability form. So there is one woman that is taking care of Bolu. It's a foundation, Yaniora Children Care Foundation. The woman has been so wonderful to Bolu. That woman now said, Bolu, I will come to your school. Me and your principal and you, we will go to WAEC office at Ikorodu. I want them to know about all these disability children, that they have right to write exam. Because they told Bolu that they will not allow him to write senior WAEC because of this thing. They now told them that he's going to write WAEC on one condition, that all his paper they're going to video him when he's writing all his paper. They are going to bring video. Then they are going to bring in, inspector for him. He will write. The junior students, maybe the junior students in SS1 will be writing for him while he will be saying the answer with video openly. So that's how he wrote all his WAEC finish. The junior one, he can read very well. Bolu can read very well. He can read very well. He can answer questions, but to write it down is very, very difficult. But he's computer literate. We are at home one afternoon that day. They just call him from school that Bolu, start coming to school now. You know, said that my mommy, they call me in my school that I should come to school. And I told him that Bolu, if you are going to your school, please dress very well. I don't know why they are calling you. Because they are calling him, Bolu cannot dress very well. He just wore slippers and just ran out. So when he got to school, you know, see that they want to award people in their school. Oh. Are they awarding me or what? I don't know. He just called me, my mommy, please help me to bring my shoe. I wore slippers. And I said, Shebi, I said you should dress very well. He said, my mommy, please bring shoe for me. When I got to their school with his shoe, he was wearing his shoe. When they call him Adejobi, Adebolu, he just wore the shoe quickly, ran outside. And I now followed him. They now said the best WAEC 2021 result student in Ajayi Crowder is Adebolu. That day I was amazed. I was crying inside me that Bolu can still make me proud. That day I was just crying inside me. I was just crying inside me that, so Bolu, you can still make me proud. Despite all the challenges, I give all the glory to God.
My choice of education now after secondary school is to study biomedical engineering. And I want to study this because I know that with this I can help other people like me to find a way out and to get a lot of things to build them to be able to live a good standard of life. And I want to study that at Unilag. By the grace of God, I hope I make my jump this year. I thank God for my parents and for what they have done for me. I give them and I owe them everything I have. So I will just say to everybody out there that please don't feel discouraged about your child, but keep having a positive attitude and encouraging the child, because tomorrow that child will make you proud and you will receive the reward that you have done in a good platter. Yes, there are times that there will be no food, there will be nothing at home. There are times that even the world, everybody will turn their back on you, but it's just a phase. It will definitely pass through.